The wait is over. The new season is upon us, and so is This Week in F1. New rules for overtaking under the safety car. Finally! Listen, Max is champ. The new season is about to start. Them be the facts. But I am massively relieved to tell you that the powers that be have finally changed the rules to stop a mess up happening again like the one of the last race of last season. Everyone and his mom has had something to say about the interpretation by Mikey Masi of the rules that let Supermax win the title, but now the FIA has clarified them as follows. The rules used to say, if the clerk of the course considers it safe to do so, and the message lapped cars may now overtake has been sent to all competitors using the official messaging system. Any cars that have been lapped by the leader will be required to pass the cars on the lead lap and the safety car. That sounds pretty straightforward to me, but it wasn't, was it? So now the smart people upstairs have changed the wording from any cars that have been lapped to all cars that have been lapped. Meaning that should the same thing happen again, every lapped car must pass the safety car before the race can get going again. Well, I'm sure the Totonator and Sir Lewis are chuffed to bits, rather late than never. Toto's biggest fight is not against Red Bull. In a gutsy move by the Austrian, Toto Wolff has admitted his struggle with mental health and revealed that he has been seeing a psychiatrist for close to 20 years to help him deal with it. High-profile people who seem to have everything but are struggling. I think we have an obligation to say we're getting help and it's okay to get help, said the Totonator. Also adding, getting help is a way of overcoming my problems and it has helped me to access untapped potential. I've never had a problem with the stigma. Well, with the pressures of the sport combined with the ridiculous levels of online trolling, I can only sympathize with Wolff and others in their position. It's easy to forget that they too are only human when sitting back and watching a race or reading an article. Best of luck, Mr. Wolff, and may God give you the strength to beat this thing. Mclaren at Haas pace. Please, please, please let this be sandbagging, please. After a pretty decent 2021 season that lifted McLaren fans from what seemed like a million years of gloom, Lando Norris has now done his utmost to bring us back to that point. The three teams there, Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes, are looking the fastest at the minute, and I would say everyone else is looking pretty close, from us down to Haas. Even Haas looked very quick, surprising considering how far they were off last year. And I'm impressed to see the progress they look like they have made so far. I think even we need to be prepared to be racing against them and qualifying against them, so we'll see this week, said Norris. After the MCL36 had a pretty sad time with brake trouble at the recent testing day, leading to the massive groan being heard from Woking to Cape Town from the supporters of Papaya Power. Hockenheim on the way back. One of the legends of Formula 1 racing may be back on the calendar soon. With the Russian GP kicked off the calendar, there has been talk of good old hockey replacing it. The initiative has been taken to get this Grand Prix back in Germany. Christian Danner from the German automobile club AVD told Sport F1. Money may however be the root of failure, as they would require a discount like the one offered to Imola to be able to afford joining the season. We all know it's very expensive to get a race up there, and if a German Grand Prix was to replace the Rusky one, Hockenheim would be the obvious choice, as the Nürburgring is, get this, Russian owned, which would kind of miss the point of kicking out all things Russian from the sport, wouldn't it? Bigwig Stefano Domenicali is said to be a massive fan of the German Grand Prix and would be backing a return of the race. I wonder when Africa will finally get some of this action. Ricciardo ready to race. After being out with that scourge of the world, no, not that one, COVID, the Smiler one has been confirmed as ready to race on weekend 1. Mclaren F1 team confirms that after testing positive for COVID-19 during last week, Daniel has now returned a number of negative tests and will therefore return to the paddock on Thursday ready to compete in this weekend's Bahrain GP, said McLaren's official statement. Great news to have him back, although his preseason has not been great, having missed the recent test. Hope he does well, even though I do feel a bit sorry for the likes of Oscar Piastri, who was hotly tipped to replace the Aussie if necessary. Thought for the week. Isaiah 45 verse 8. Shower, O heavens, from above, and let the clouds rain down righteousness. Let the earth open, that salvation and righteousness may bear fruit. Let the earth cause them both to sprout. I, the Lord, have created. He is in control. He gives. All we need to do is listen to Him, obey Him, and receive. Leaving you with some BOTs from the meme world. I hope you enjoy them, have a laugh, hit up that sub button, please hit that subscribe button, and be back again next week, because we will be dropping at least one new video. Hope you have a great race weekend, and I hope that your team does well, and I hope that my papayas do well too. Come on, Mclaren. Can't wait for the first race. Have a great one. God bless and goodbye.